It doesn't matter who you are or what you do, there's going to be a point in your life where you can't seem to take action. You're gonna have so many tasks lined up, but you're not gonna be able to have that inner capacity to actually go ahead and execute a certain task. Whether you're in school, whether you're at work, whether you're doing something creative on your own, there's going to be a point where at one point you were able to do all these tasks with no sort of friction or resistance to them, but now it feels like there's a rock placed above you and you can't really move it and get things done freely. You struggle so much to actually get the bare minimum done. And trust me, when you're not able to take action on something that you have to take action on or something that you love to take action on, there comes to a point where you start hating yourself internally. And I'm saying this because I've experienced the worst case scenario of what I'm talking about, right? When you're not able to take action on a certain thing, you're not able to fully relax with yourself, because at the back of your mind you always have this thought of, oh, I should have done more, or I could have done more today. When you're sleeping, when you're in your bed, you're thinking, oh, I should have done that assignments, I should have turned that in, oh, but I had time. But instead of doing the task that I was supposed to do, I was scrolling on some stuff that I don't even remember anymore. So this is what I've basically learned from a period of inaction where I wasn't able to take any action on my own because my mind was so foggy and I wasn't able to focus on anything in particular. And the thing that I've learned, which has stuck to me, is that there's 3 types of actions that you can take. The first type of action is an action that comes from a sense of fear or a sense of urgency that you have to do the task or you have to do it. And this can be good for when you're like at a low level, when you're not really taking any action. This is really good for you because it helps you get that discipline to push through. This sort of action is basically like discipline, or when you're at your lowest, when you're down bad and you got to go to like a higher level, you have to do that task and you have to push through it. It could look like pushing through like a workout, for example. This could also look like you opting for the bare minimum options that you can find where you are. So let's say you're in your workplace or you're in school and you have these group of people that you want to be friends with, or else you're going to be alone. Now looking at them, you know that they're not really like good people. You're not going to vibe with them as much. You know what your type of people are, and clearly those aren't your type of people. But because you have this fear of loneliness, you're going to take action and be friends with them, knowing that those people might not be the best people to surround yourself with. And that's how you kind of lower your standards in order to get the bare minimum, or not even the bare minimum, maybe lower than what your bare minimum is. And you know what this leaves you with? This leaves you with a dissatisfaction with your own life, or the people that you surround yourself with, or the life that you have created through all the actions that you've taken since you were, 8 years old or something. Since you were 8 years old, you've taken all these actions, and now you are at your point because you took those actions and you're responsible for them. Now, I'm not here to sit here and criticize you. I'm just here to tell you that it's literally in your hands. What you want your future to look like, it's in your hands. It's all in the things that you are currently doing. And by doing things out of fear and urgency, what you're essentially doing is you're draining energy from yourself that you would use in order to create a better life for you. If you are constantly settling for less in your own life, guess what happens? You drain your own energy, and that same energy is required for you to get to that next level, to get to where you want to be. So the second type of action, which I'm going to be talking about, is the regular sort of action, right? It's where you're inspired by something. Let's say you watch this video and you get inspired by it and you do something with your own life. You're like, oh shit, this is actually very nice. I feel motivated by it. And then you go and do something that makes you fulfilled. You know what this looked like for me? When I was 13 or 14 years old, I used to go play football with my friends every single evening in the park, right? I used to go every single day without fail. We would be there at 5 p.m, no notification, nothing. We would just be there. So what would happen then is, before I went there, I would watch videos of my favorite footballers. I would watch videos of Kevin De Bruyne. I would watch videos of Ronaldo. I would watch videos of like Neymar doing skills. And I would get so like inspired by that video. I'd be like, yo, look at that, Riyad Mahrez silky touch. I would look at those videos and be like, yo, I get inspired to go on that pitch with my friends and actually play like those players and emulate their actions. And that's an example of me being inspired by something and me taking action on it. And this is like the most basic level of action taken in this world. This is what most people sort of have, and it can get the job done. But there's one negative thing about it. When you are inspired by something, that is good, right? But sometimes what happens is you rely on that inspiration or that motivation to get you to where you want to go. So let's say one day I didn't watch any videos before going to the park. When I would be playing, I would think, oh, I didn't watch any videos, so I'm not really that sort of person. And what that leaves you with is you don't believe that you are that person internally. And you would rather look for the inspiration elsewhere. You'd look for the motivation elsewhere because you believe subconsciously that you are not the type of person to do all these things. The only reason you believe that you can do these things and you were inspired to take action is because you watched all these videos and now you believe that you can take action. But internally, you have to keep convincing yourself that, oh yeah, I am this person, I am this person, I am this person. And you don't really feel it on an internal level. So the third type of action is what I like to call the vibrational action. This is where you are acting as if you know something to be true. Let's say, for argument's sake, I was a professional footballer and tomorrow I had a game. Instead of me thinking, oh, what's gonna happen, this and that, I'm not really that good, I made a mistake last week as well, what's gonna happen today? Instead of me thinking that way, I would imagine myself already having all the trophies that I'm dreaming of. Let's say I want to win the Champions League or the Premier League or La Liga or something. I would think I'm already retired and I've won all those things, and I would start from that end point, and knowing how good of a player I was, I would come back to this point and think, you know what, I have a game tomorrow, but I've already won all the trophies in my mind, and I'm gonna play as the player who's actually won it all. And that is how I will actually take this sort of action, where I'm acting as if I know this is true, so I'm gonna do it. If you are, let's say, a musician, you know that you are an elite musician, so instead of taking action from a place of like, oh, but I don't know if this song will be good though, I don't know if this will be good, you're like, bro, I've sold multiple records in the future, I'm gonna come back and this is what I can do, this is who I am. And you do things from this place of self-confidence and this unwavering amount of self-belief in yourself, where people look at you and think you are crazy, but actually you truly believe that you are that person, right? And this is very different from like the second option that I showed you. The second one is like you keep looking for inspiration, but the third one is like you are the inspiration. You look at yourself as the inspiration and you act through that. So if you are a creative person, let's say you like to act, or you like to sing, or you like to produce music, or create content, or write books, it's all the same. It's all the same. If you want to master your art, you need to truly believe that you are at your end point and you came back to this point, and your mind is basically helping this version of yourself get through this current phase. Even if you face the most toughest challenges, who cares? You know you're going to succeed. So why are you all of a sudden so fixated on the problems that you have right now? If you have a problem on the road or like a roadblock, you don't look at it and be like, oh, I have a problem, what's wrong with me, or this and that. Instead of that, you don't fixate on the problem too much because you know you will succeed. And from that, I've already succeeded sort of mindset, you tackle this problem right now, which will eventually lead you to where you want to be, which is the end point. So I sincerely hope that helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.